man? Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Doing good, man. Let me. So I have the live stream countdown going right now. I know for sure, man. Episode 3, yeah. I was going through everything. I was like, man. Well, yeah, I know we got a lot to talk about for sure, and it's gonna be great. And I see 3 minutes on the countdown timer. We are streaming on. Let's see, we got Instagram going on. We got YouTube, and what else we got going on? Facebook. I think a couple of Facebook groups streaming too. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like with this Restream platform, you can connect. Actually, I think it's also streaming to Twitch and Periscope, if anybody still uses Periscope. Yeah, that was one of the first. Oh, and let me bring up the questions I have. But we have Instagram looking live right now, so they're able to see us. I see Connor Chapman. How's it going, bro? Let's see, I got my notes. You're watching it live? Yeah. So if you want to see the countdown timer, there's the countdown timer that's cooking right now. Can you guys see that? You see that right there? So we got about a minute and 40 seconds, and then we'll switch over. 10 seconds behind on the Instagram. Yeah. Yeah. So I got like multiple phones going on. Because Instagram you can't really you can't connect to it directly through Restream. Restream you can connect to anything, YouTube, Facebook, all that stuff. So we got a minute on the countdown. We're gonna be on YouTube. Yep, it's streaming right now on YouTube, and let's say you can join there. We're gonna kick things off. 30 seconds. Yeah, this was great. Okay, cool. Countdown begins. 28 seconds. Yeah, well, hey, I'm glad that you encouraged to do it live. Because I was like, man, I've been doing too many lives lately. And then you said, oh man, we live. Awesome. All right, well, let me turn this on live right now. So we are on here. What's up? All right.
What's good?
This is great stuff. So for those that are watching live, this is like behind the scenes live recording of the podcast. And like we were just talking about earlier, if you were listening, because I think they probably could have heard us too. Actually, if you can, let's make sure that the audio is pretty good. I know that for our recording, and actually that just reminded me. So um, what I use is we're using Zoom. Zoom does a great job, like recording the separate audio. So I haven't started the recording yet there, so we'll record the audio. But for those that are catching us live, let us know how the audio's going. If you guys can hear, give a thumbs up. Let us know if that's going good, and then we'll just kind of kick things off. And along the way, start dropping your questions and things like that, and we'll pick up on those questions throughout the podcast. So let me get my notes ready, and yeah, we typically do these live intros. So let me do this here.
Time to jump into it.
Let me start the recording. Okay, so the recording is started, and let's see here. What do we got going on? All right. I typically get in the zone. Let me pull myself up. All right. Hey, everybody. Brian McCumber here with Tech Money Talks. I am really excited today because we have a returning special guest, Alex A.C. Hampton, back. I don't know who he is, then you're missing out big time, because Alex is a self-made $1 million producer in dropshipping and is becoming a major influencer in e-commerce. Alex is one of the top 5 most popular episodes on Tech Money Talks, if you didn't know that. And over the past year, Alex has been absolutely crushing it in his own business. Alex has been a mentor to others, helping hundreds of other people with success in dropshipping. And Alex's YouTube channel is blowing up as well. So we got plenty of things to talk about. A lot of great things that's happened over this last year. And I tell you, time is money, and everyone's looking to get a piece of his time. And I'm so happy to have him on the show today. Alex, thanks for joining us, man. How's it going?
Hey, it's been going good, man. Episode 3, we're running it back. I'm really excited. I didn't know I was the top 5 most viewed on your channel. So
top 5,
that's really
man.
Cool. Man, everything's been going great, though, bro. Just grinding and get excited to go into 2021.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, your numbers have just been jumping up for sure, and for good reason. I mean, people are catching it, and I was catching it, throughout the year. And as we were getting closer to the year end, I'm reflecting on things, and I've been, kind of staying in touch and keeping watch of how things are progressing. And, we're finishing off this year 2020 and finishing off strong with AC. And I tell you, man, like the stuff that you've been working on and stuff like that. So maybe, since the last time you've been on the show, what's been happening since then over the year?
Oh, bro, it's been crazy. Just so much has changed. So the first episode we came on, I hit 1.8 million in less than 6 months. We were kind of covering my success with that. That was using a niche store, one of the biggest successes I had. Then after that, I got on another episode. We did $477,000 in a single month. Was reflecting on that. And then so many people were reaching out to me. This is in like March or April. So many people were reaching out to me. So kind of just to give a better understanding of everything is I started a course. So I started a course like a year ago. Whenever we were doing this Tech Money podcast the first time, I had a course, and the demand was great. I was like, okay, so many people are enjoying it. So many people are getting amazing results. Well, you already know with that, people want more and more and more. So then I started developing my mentorship. So I developed my mentorship that I started in May of this year. And since then, it's just been absolutely crazy. So we've already taken a couple clients over $150,000 in literally less than 30 days. I don't know if you guys saw my story today, but my student Tommy Wynn has been going absolutely crazy. That's just one of him. Tommy, if you're watching this, congratulations on taking action. $150,000 in the last 30 days and 40 or 4,000. He made $4,000 profit yesterday in one day. $4,000 profit, and he has the numbers to show. Man, it's been going great. Just scaling up this mentorship sales, been helping out more people one-on-one, been growing my YouTube for you guys to give even more free content, developed a free training, been adding new stuff to my course, like I said, and so much more. So I actually have a team of people who I work with now that I've hired. So it's not just me, lone wolf, anymore. So I actually have some people who are dedicated creating this generational wealth with me. And a lot of great things are being rolled out for 2021.
Blowing up, man. That's really great stuff for sure, man. I'm glad that you shared all of that. And I think it's really awesome. And the results speak for themselves. So it's just like, those student success stories. And I think Tommy's not the only one. Like, I mean, you have a
Oh,
good
bro,
number
there's
of them.
so many, bro. I've also created a Supreme Ecom Instagram page where, you know what I try saying all the time, men lie, women lie, but numbers do not. So I was like, you know what? How can I be different than these other like quote unquote gurus? I was like, so many people just show screenshots all the time. If I want to show success, I'm not going to show screenshots anymore. I'm going to let the students talk for themselves, show the
Yeah.
results off for themselves. And that's exactly what I've been doing. So if you guys check that out at Supreme_Ecom on Instagram, you guys can definitely check out their testimonials, them speaking about it, showing the results, and of course the profit.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, they definitely speak for themselves, and I think it's a really awesome thing, and that's what caught my attention. And I was just like, wow, we got to talk about this with the year end because I mean, you've been helping a lot of people in there. Now, with that, you also. So, what are the things that you're offering now that's changed? I kind of stumbled upon like you have the group and then you have
Yeah.
the course and the mentorship. Can you like break it down in all three? And just for the audience, because some people think like, you know, I'm making money pitching whatever AC is selling. I'm not an affiliate of AC or anything like that. But what I'm picking out is a brother that's been keeping it real and with real results. And I think the audience, for those that are genuinely interested in e-commerce business, deserves to know. So, highlighting these things is not because I'm making some, affiliate money. There's no affiliate money. It's all about, highlighting the success and the things that are keeping it real. But yeah, go ahead and dive into that.
Definitely, yeah, I appreciate that. And just going more into depth about that. So again, like the last time we spoke, I was just doing my course. So I was doing my course for about a year, and then I started doing consulting calls by myself. So that is something additional that I do now is one-on-one consulting with just me, where they can schedule either a 30-minute or 60-minute consultation of their business, their ads manager, product research, product validation, anything that people need help with. I started doing that, right? I was like, oh, okay, this is great. This is awesome. Well, there ended up being so many people booking calls. I was like, oh my gosh. So then a lot of people on these calls were like, man, I wish I could get on more calls than just one with you. Like, are you thinking about doing any type of mentorship? So then I decided to design that. So I have a mentorship now that's about 2 to 4 calls a week. You're getting 24/7 customer service. You're also getting my Supreme Ecom Blueprint for free. And you're also taking advantage of people who want to create generational wealth with you. So we're on calls. I'm at this office Sunday through Sunday, still working, haven't taken one day off. That's been something I've been adding. On top of that, I created more free value for you guys. So of course I came out with my YouTube channel. If you guys have not seen that, it's at AC Hampton. You guys can check that out. I've also designed a free training. So this free training is covering product research, product validation, how to get a better store layout, and how to increase your conversion rates, and most importantly, Facebook ads. All of that is for absolutely free at supremeecomtraining.com. And on top of that, I've also designed Facebook groups. So on top of, just wanting to be able to be in a business where you can make a lot of great money from the comfort of your home, something that I struggled with for a long time was not knowing other people who do what I wanted to do. It was actually one of my biggest struggles of 2019 is, yes, I was doing amazing results and I was doing amazing things, but I couldn't figure out one person who was doing what I was doing. And I just knew that I didn't want to allow other people to do that. So then I decided to open up a Facebook group. It's called a Supreme Ecom Mastermind. Completely open group. It's completely free. All you can do is be able to meet like-minded individuals and learn tips and strategies to increase your brand and your dropshipping stores. I've also created a Supreme Ecom Blueprint. Those are for all the people who are in my course. So now on top of just getting my course, they're getting a live Q&A every single Sunday to answer all the questions. And then, of course, I had to design a Supreme Ecom mentorship group so that we can be a family and learn more from each other. So I've been rolling out a bunch of crazy things. We've been rolling merch out. I have my SupremeEcomMerch.com now. And just, we're just continuously growing. So a lot of great things are going into 2021. And I hope you guys take action just like we are.
Dang, that's really awesome, man. It's really great to see and a really great success story that you're putting together. And then for the audience listening, I mean, you can see that he's treating it like a business. So he's not just flying solo anymore. Like I even just saw, even just today, you're hiring people, right?
Yeah, we're hiring people now. So I mean, ultimately, man, like the whole purpose of doing this is to not be a lone wolf. Like I went into this alone and I understood, I can only do so much as one person. And that was my biggest downfall of definitely like 2018 and the beginning of 2019 was thinking I could do every single thing myself. And I realized, I'm only one person and there's only so many hours in a day. So I just been spreading myself out, hiring some more people. And again, here we are today, hiring more people again. So it's only going to continuously grow. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out my page on Instagram at @AC_Hampton to learn how you guys can be able to apply for Supreme Ecom.
That's awesome stuff, man, for sure. Yeah, so I mean, he's treating it like a business, and then his team has helped to support the individuals, the students that are working with them, which is pretty cool. And the results speak for themselves, man. So let's even dive into like the recent stuff because we're coming to the end of Q4. So what was that like? Going into
Man,
the Q4, Black Friday, all that stuff. How did it go?
it actually went really amazing. So something that I was really like trying to push the most to my students and even just to the audience of people who watch me is to take advantage of Q4. It was an amazing year. On top of that, just to give you guys a better understanding, Q4 is always going to be about a 60% increase in sales. Now, think about that when there is business to business and there's brick and mortar stores. Can you guys only imagine when there's not online? Well, guess who took advantage of that? E-commerce. And I hope you guys did it as much as I did. I took advantage of definitely selling in the month of October. I was selling a Halloween mask. In 18 days, I did 0 to 70,000. I actually posted a challenge about this. Someone challenged me to do it. So I challenged them back, and I ended up accomplishing my own goals with that. In the month of November, I did 0 to 233,000 off of one of my e-commerce brands that I've already established. You guys can definitely check that out again. I show the profits, I show the revenue, I show everything, complete transparency on my YouTube channel. And of course, I had to take action in December and finish the year strong. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. About 4 days left. And I'm scaling up 2 stores on the side of my e-commerce brands as well. And ultimately just taking advantage of the holidays, man. There's a lot of people who are online shopping, and I'm just trying to be the person who's collecting the money from them.
Yeah. Oh, that's great stuff, man. And even talk about that. So like even the branding and the stuff that you were diving into. So what were you doing behind that?
Definitely. So something that I always preach to my students and preach is the part of validation. You guys hear from me all the time, validation. So when I'm doing validation of products, I'm doing validation of suppliers, I'm doing validation of creatives. Well, kind of something that I've been transitioning myself to is creating dropshipping stores and then eventually turning these into e-commerce brands. This is what I've been preaching to my students as well. So when a product is validated, and when I say validated on every realm, all the key performance indicators, something is already being, over $100,000 in a single month. What I'm doing is I'm starting on general stores, so a general dropshipping store, allowing myself to test out whatever's working. And then once things are making over $100,000 in a single month, I'm then creating e-commerce brands around it, getting faster shipping, doing private labeling on it, and still scaling it up with the data that I've been collecting off of my Facebook pixel. And then, obviously increasing it with Google ads, SEO, and more. So that's kind of what I've been doing, man. I've just been creating, a general store, testing out a bunch of products. And then once they validated to about 100,000 or more in a month, I've been creating e-commerce brands around it as well. So yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I like that about validation for sure because definitely, proving out the concepts and even how one of the things that caught my attention was especially even on your YouTube channel, one of your most popular videos seem to be related to products. So every time there's that
Yeah.
monthly, these 10 products of the month, and all of a sudden, boom, tens of thousands of views on it, which goes to show that there's a lot of people that are like constantly in that hunt, for winning products. So maybe, one describe, the strategy behind that, but then as you go into validation to find a winner.
Definitely. So yeah, every month I've been trying to help out a few of you guys by giving the top 10 products. So something again that I focus on, and I think this is the biggest standpoint for me, is I don't do product research. Again, I do product validation. So it makes me comfortable with basically every product that I test. I know that is going to sell before I even spend $1 on it. Why do I know that? Because I'm doing 7 to 10 steps of validation. So these top 10 product videos that I'm doing my due diligence to look on AdSpy or look at competitors or doing SEO targeting to basically find out what is working and what is working today. So I'm validating them on not working a month ago. So that's one thing. 2, is this above my selling point? So I'm selling items above $25 and more. So is this above my 5 times my cost of goods sold that I'm finding on either AliExpress, CJ Dropshipping, or other places that you can find suppliers? Is this currently trending? Is there a wow factor? Does this solve a problem? Is there suppliers who are selling this with mass orders on AliExpress or other places I mentioned before? These are all the things that I'm doing so that people don't have to do it for themselves. So I'm basically going through 10 products, doing all the validation, all looking at Google Trends and seeing what is currently working and allowing it to work for you. And not am I just validating these products on that aspect, but I'm testing these products out myself. I have my students testing these out myself. I have my employees scaling this up so that you guys can be confident knowing that these work and that these can work today. Not yesterday, not a year ago, not a month ago, but working today. So that's kind of what I've been doing and some of the focus that I've been putting into that.
That's pretty awesome. And I say for the audience listening, this is probably the part that you want to re-listen to over again, because he laid out, like, I think maybe about 10 things that he's going through to kind of validate. And then also it's very good to know that, you know, the videos that you're putting out, it's not like you're just picking out, you know, random products and saying, you know, hey, here's 10 products of the month. Like, if you put that effort behind that and you're putting your team behind it as well, that's really good to know that you're doing that behind those videos.
Yeah, it's been definitely working really well for me too. I mean, it seems like a lot of people are interested in it. And ultimately, it's just nice because, like, I get comments, I get DMs all the time of people literally telling me how well those products are working for them. So it's just nice, like, knowing, like, dude, I'm trying to help you. If you want to go ahead and bite the hook, you know, it's ready for you. Like, it's ready. You just need to be swimming to it.
Yeah, for sure. And so what do you think, like, you know, what are some of the other hurdles that students are kind of overcome? Because, like, you're pretty much handing them the products and it's like, you know, take action. What's that thing that's blocking people from, like, you know, taking the next step?
I think some things that are blocking people is 2 things. One, just fear of investing in themselves. So as you guys know, dropshipping and owning an e-commerce brand is going to involve money. You're going to have to advertise your business. So one step is people do all the work. They find the same product that I found. They make the awesome product description. They put the best gifts on it, the best features and benefits, the best logo and everything. And then they get scared to advertise because they're scared to lose money. But if you're scared to invest in yourself, then you're never going to be able to get out of that 9 to 5 and get out of that, you know, thought process of being able to create generational wealth. Another thing that I've been noticing too is, yes, I'm doing product validation for you, but all the validation that I'm doing, you guys should be doing it as well. So if I'm finding one competitor for you guys, find 2 to 3 more. Put the time and effort into it, because that's how you're going to be confident in what you're doing. What I see some people doing is like, oh, AC gave me a product. I'm just going to start testing it. I'm just going to start running with the same ad. It's like, oh, man, slow down. Let's treat this like a business, just like you said. Let's find out who our competitors are. Let's find out what creatives we can be using. Let's find out what we can be using to get the best key performance indicators with our creatives. All these things people are not doing. They're just finding products and like, oh, I'm just going to start selling it today. But, you know, the people who are really doing the validation, just like I am, they're seeing a lot of great success from it as well.
I'm glad that you touched on that, because it's really important that the skill set, right? So the products, I think one is good that you're giving them, you know, something to start with that has that good probability. But then that you touched on that listening, if you're serious about this business, is that, you know, this is one of the skill sets that you need to start diving in and learn and acquire. Like, and even as you're building your team, do you still feel like, you know, have you like 100% delegated out, you know, finding winning products, or are you still hands-on with that particular stuff?
Bro, I can tell you right now, literally to the day I die, I'm not going to just dedicate. Like, I like this. Like, I enjoy looking for winning products. I love finding it because, dude, like, who doesn't want to make money that they know is going to come in regardless? Like, when I find winning products every single day, again, I'm doing that. I know if I start testing this product out today, I'm going to be making money from it. So I always try telling people all the time, like, you know, dropshipping is going to be evolving. You know, e-commerce is going to be evolving. If I want to be somebody who can give you guys the best advice, if I want to be somebody who can give you guys all the failures and success that I've had so you guys can be able to save time, money, effort, and energy, well, guess what? You guys need to be investing in people who are doing what you want to pursue in this world. So what is very important to me and what I pride myself on is continuously doing dropshipping, continuously doing product validation and product research, because I want to be somebody who is doing what others are wanting to pursue in this world. So that's kind of my biggest thing. And kind of like I told you before, it was hard whenever I got into a mentorship, when it was just somebody who was trying to make money from me. And they're 2 years back on strategies. They're 2 years back on product validation. They're 2 years back on everything because they're just worried about the money. Well, to me, I'm worried about the knowledge, and giving that knowledge that's up to date today is kind of what I would invest in if I was to invest money, time, or anything into somebody. And I hope people are looking for that same thing. So I still do it every day, bro. Like every single day. I don't want to ever stop.
Yeah. So hopefully the audience is picking up on that, because like I hear far too often there's people that will want to, even before they even get started or have any level of success, and they're ready to outsource it to someone on Fiverr or something and think it's going to make them rich. But does that kind of happen?
No, man, literally at all. And it's so funny because probably like 10 to 15% of my students, that's the first thing they say to me. They're like, all right, well, I've been talking to this guy at Fiverr. I'm like, don't talk to this dude at all. When you make the money and you know how to do it the right way and you feel confident in what you're doing, then you can outsource it. But until you're the master of your craft, don't outsource anything.
Yeah, very, very well said, for sure. Because, you hit the nail on the head, which is just like that skill set is very important. So, you want to, you want to stand on the shoulders of giants, learn from other people's, travels before you, take action so that you can master that skill set. And then when you have your own system, when you have your own kind of thing going, then you can begin to, outsource what you feel like, you need to outsource and focus on.
It's funny because it's kind of happening to me right now. So a lot of people, right? A lot of people are like, I need to get Google ads going. I need to get SEO going. I need to get it going. And I'm like, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I am almost like 5 steps away from being a master of Google ads. But am I at 110%? I'm at 100%. Am I at 110%? No. So am I going to add that to my course today? Am I going to preach that I know everything? No, I'm not. I'm going to become the best so that I can become the best for you guys. And that goes straight back to outsourcing. Like I could, of course, teach somebody else or have somebody else, run all my Google ads for me. But the knowledge is so powerful. I'd rather learn myself and then teach others when I'm 110% feeling confident in everything that I'm preaching.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I was just catching a question that came in from Concrete TV. He said, what are y'all thoughts on Apple versus Facebook situation? So that is something that recently came up.
I'm excited that he said something. He said something.
What's your thoughts on that? Great question, Concrete.
Great question. For one, I'm going to go more in depth on this Friday. So definitely make sure you check out my YouTube. I dropped a whole video about this. But let's just say barriers of entry are going to be a lot lower, or a lot higher, because a lot of you guys are afraid. And I'm going to let you know right now, there is solutions. So to give you guys an understanding, so I actually wrote a note about this. So so what we're doing right now, just so you guys understand, let me find this right now, is Apple uses an IDFA number. IDFA stands for Identifier for Advertisers. So these identifiers are the actions that people are taking. If it is a conversion event for view content, if it's add to cart, if it's purchase, these IDFAs are what are converting and showing things that people are taking. Well, Apple's trying to control this, right? Apple is trying to allow the fact of being tracked. So now in January, they're saying, hey, it's either going to be allowed once or don't allow to basically track the conversions of the people who are on this platform. And so many people are going to be like, wow, if so many people are going to be so afraid of this, no one's going to track it, no one's going to do this or that or another. Well, I'm just going to give you guys one example. Say I'm a crazy cat lady. Just say I'm a crazy cat lady, and all I want to do is see cat stuff. Why would I not opt into that? Because if I don't, guess what it's going to show me? Football, basketball, every single thing that I'm not even interested in. What people are interested in, they want to see, so they want to be tracked by what they want to see and not see anything else. On top of that, there is the solution to it. So already Facebook is saying, if you go ahead and verify your domain, then guess what that does? It already brings the conversion events back. So if you do not verify your domain, it's only going to show 8 conversion events. If you do verify your domain, then it's going to show you all the conversion events you had before, and you're still going to be able to move forward with this. And just letting you guys know right now, every single year that I've been in dropshipping, people are always saying, oh, January 1st, they're rolling out something big. All this new crap is about to happen. Man, what's going to happen is we're going to continue to adapt. We're going to continue to move forward, and we're going to continue to know that nothing's going to stop us from moving to the next step and moving 1 to a 2 and 2 to a 4. So if you guys can't say the barriers of entry are a lot higher because people are scared to have solutions to the little problems that they have. And they think it's the end of the world. But here at Supreme Ecom, we can't wait. We cannot wait. I'm telling you right now, we cannot wait.
I'm clapping for that one, man. That was great. That was great stuff for sure. And I mean, very well said, because it's just like, you got to adapt with the changes, and there's always going to be changes. And then if you're one of the first to adapt, to understand and find, that's where the profits lie, and you're going to be ahead of everyone else. And you can already see, I could tell AC's already like thinking through, he's getting it figured out. There's probably a YouTube video coming out on this thing. And
yes, sir.
That's really great stuff. So all the more reason to stay plugged in, because you could tell that AC's been staying current with these things, and it's an look at it as an opportunity is the real thing. And it's just really awesome stuff for sure. Man, I tell you.
If you look at it as an opportunity, you can never fail. If you look at anything that's supposed to affect you, or affect you from pursuing your dreams, and it's supposed to stop you, and you still move forward, there's just no way that you can ever lose. There's no way that you can ever fail. Like, adaptation is the biggest key takeaway for e-commerce, because every day things are changing, and I hope that you guys are adapting to it.
We got a couple more questions that came in here. One, and I'm curious about this one, is Philip Prox. He said, if I buy the first half of the mentorship, will I be able to make enough to pay the second half of it?
So like I try telling people all the time, so people are like, oh, if. I can say if 1,000 times to you guys, but I know that I pride myself on my due diligence, and I know all of us here at Supreme Ecom pride ourselves on giving you guys the opportunity to create generational wealth. If you are somebody who's going to take action, you're somebody who's going to take advantage of the 24/7 customer service and ask questions. I don't care if it's 2 a.m., 6 a.m., I don't care what time it is, 11 p.m. at night. If you ask questions, if you get on every call every week, and these are not just calls like, hey, what's going on? These are live streams where we're able to control your mouse, or you can control the mouse with us, and we can go over everything that you have a question over. And of course, if you want to take advantage of getting the Supreme Ecom blueprint for absolutely free, and then guess what, guys? You're going to be a learner continuously every day, because you have my course. You have the chance to get 24/7 customer service, and you're getting on 2 to 4 live calls a week for people who only want to see you succeed. If you're that type of person, you don't make to achieve this at all costs, because guess who wants to push you more than you is us. Like, I want to see you create generational wealth more than anybody else in this world. So if you are that type of person, then yes, I can guarantee it, 100% guarantee it, that you will be successful in this. But again, if you're lazy or you make excuses, I'm not going to say this is going to work for you, because I know what it takes to be successful, and I hope you do too.
Yeah. Very well said. And because it's a difference between, like, even speak to that, which is, the people that seem to be thinking it's a get rich quick scheme.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, it's real work and a business behind it, but there's a lot of rewards behind it. But can you speak to that?
Yeah, definitely. So I understand it's difficult, because you see YouTube and you see all these guys flashing Lamborghinis, and you see all these people, doing everything they want in the world, and they make you think that this is a get rich quick scheme. Now, am I telling you that you cannot make money really quickly with this? No, I am not. I'm saying do not go into this with the mentality of thinking that this is a get rich quick scheme, because just like any other business, this needs to be treated like a business. This means you're doing validation of products, You're finding good creatives. You're structuring your advertisements the right way. You're doing creative testing. You're testing out against the market. You're continuously looking for products every day. You have to treat this like a business if you want. The thing that I can definitely pride myself on is doing that. And same thing with my students. If just don't go into an expectation that tomorrow you're going to be making $1 million, because the only person who's going to make $1 million tomorrow is somebody who's going to put $1 million worth of value into themselves to do the work and the due diligence behind it. So, it's definitely possible. It's feasible. I'm not saying make $1 million tomorrow, but to make a lot of money quickly in this, you can definitely do that. But just understand the time, just understand the action, just understand the effort that's going to take to go into it. And if you're that type of person, you can definitely do it. But again, this needs to be treated like a business, and no business is a get rich quick scheme unless you're getting on what is it, Forex or whatever the other stuff people talk about all the time.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we got
Amazon is not a get rich quick scheme. And guess who's in the same e-commerce industry as Amazon? We are. Look at any e-commerce brand. These are not places that made money overnight. They put the time and effort into doing it, and you guys just need to be doing the same.
Yeah, for sure, man. And we got another question here from Junior. He said, how do you find the products that have the validation?
Well, I'm basically, what he's saying is, how do I find products that have the validation? But I'm only working with products that are already validated. So one thing that I'm doing, man, is I'm not looking for things that aren't working for others. I'm also not looking for things that aren't working for multiple people. So let's just say I'm selling a dog bed. If I do not see the same dog bed being scaled up by somebody else, guess who's not selling it? Me. If I don't see this dog bed being scaled up by not just one person, but multiple competitors, guess who's not selling it? Me. If I do not see that this competitor is advertising this product today, I'm not talking 6 months ago, I'm not talking a year ago, I'm talking about today, guess who's not advertising it? Me. So there's a multiple steps that go into it, but it's honestly not reinventing the wheel. If you take that into the biggest takeaway of this whole entire podcast, is not reinventing the wheel, that's going to help you understand that things are already validated for you. You just need to take the extra steps to do it better than your competition.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good, for sure. And it goes to, I like to word it as like, tapping into existing markets. I mean, you want to find where things are, and then, kind of at least, tap into there. And you can see it in so many different ways. So like, when you see, Burger King on one side of the street, who opens up across the street, you got McDonald's, right? And if you got Lowe's on one side of the street, you got Home Depot opening up on the other. And if you see somebody popping off with a dropshipping product online on this side, you better open up yours on the other side, and hopefully, then it's just a marketing game, right? So what do you do to up your game to kind of like stand out?
Definitely. So I'm going to go into that in a second because it's one of my biggest takeaways of what I pride myself on Supreme Ecom. But going back to what you said, Burger King and McDonald's are selling the exact same thing. Literally, Lowe's and Home Depot are selling the exact same thing. What is the difference between them is literally just advertising. They are not trying to reinvent the wheel. I can guarantee you, if you go look at a catalog of December for Lowe's, you go look at a catalog for December for Home Depot, it's going to be the same thing. It's just the way they market it. So something that is kind of how I stand myself out is by doing creative testing. So something that is really big for you guys to understand is just like you see on YouTube, man. It's not you just find a product, then you get a random advertisement, and then you just start making all this money. You guys need to be validating your creatives as well. So I'm doing creative testing before I go into any time, money, effort, and energy into testing out the product itself. I'm testing out the creative before I'm testing out the product. And why is that? Because there's no such thing as audience, or there's no such thing as product exhaustion, or there's no such thing as product saturation. There's only advertisement exhaustion and advertisement like fluctuation with that. If people are seeing the same ad over and over and over and over again by all these same competitors, well, guess what, guys? You know the product sells. You know that the product is going to work. You know the product has a wow factor, and you know that the product has an audience of people who are tapped into it. So what is the best way to wipe out your competition? By getting a better creative. So I always test out about 5 to 10 creatives before I jump into any interest testing, before I spend any money on the product. to see how I can find out what is the best creative so I can wipe out my competition before I even get started. That's how I basically do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that a
Yeah.
lot. And so even describe that, for so like in testing out the creative, what's kind of the process there? Like paint that picture for the audience.
Definitely. So when I'm testing out this creative, I'm only changing one variable. So it's X plus Y always equals Z. So I always have to change only one variable. So this one variable can either be the first 3 seconds of the video. This could be the thumbnail. This could be the headline. This could be the ad copy. What I'm only doing is changing one variable against 5 to 10 different ads. And then I'm testing those ads towards a certain metric of impressions. These certain metric of impressions, I basically set a rule. So whenever the rule is set on the ads or on the ad sets, it turns off all my videos when they meet the exact same impression mark. So when they meet all the same impression marks, then guess what? If they're all on the same basis, they have the same metrics, then the only thing that's going to change is the cost per click, the click-through rate, the cost per 1,000 impressions, and your cost per video view content, and then a couple more front-end metrics such as frequency and reach and all of those things. All those things are being the change of the variable, but the same variable is going to be the same with the impressions. So they're all getting stopped at the same amount. And then guess what? You can figure out what is doing the best. You can figure out what is that one thing that's doing best. If it's a scroll stopper, if it's a headline, whatever it is, you can see based off of your KPIs, which are your key performance indicators, to know, okay, this video has the highest click-through rate. This video has the lowest cost per click. This video has the lowest cost per 1,000 impressions. This video has the lowest cost per view content. I'm running with it, and I'm going now to the next step, which is what everybody thinks is the first step, which is interest testing. So I do all of that before I even get into interest testing at all. And that's literally why I don't waste time, money, or energy into this, because I already know it's going to work before I even started it.
That's awesome, man. So hopefully the audience, man, he just laid out some nuggets there.
I'm giving out some fire today for y'all. I'm giving out some fire for y'all today.
That's some serious nuggets for sure, man. And actually, you already got Philip. He's already asking. He's like, how many spots are left in January? So, like, I think he's interested already.
Man, so I actually almost wasn't about to open any spots, to be completely honest. So we are working with a good amount of people right now, but man, the demand has been high. So that is exactly why you guys saw my post today saying we're hiring, because I'm not stopping at all for you guys. We're opening up 10 spots for the month of January. You guys can apply at supremeecommentorship.com, or you guys can DM me the word Tech Money Talks. You guys can DM me the word Tech Money Talks after this. And if you guys reach out, I'll give you an answer back within 24 hours, ask you a couple questions to see if you're a good fit for these limited 10 spots available. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah, this is great stuff for sure. And so even related to like even the Facebook ads and the testing, like say for the person that is, how much money should they be looking to put in? Say for the newbie that's trying to figure out testing, and now it's the creatives. How much money should they be, looking to put behind that as they're trying to figure out if it's working or not?
Definitely. So for one thing, every product that I test, I always have a $400 net loss. So I do a $400 net loss on every product I test. That doesn't mean I spent $400 on ads. That means revenue minus cost of goods, minus everything, all the expenses. If I've lost more than $400, I will move to the next product. But to even get started and know how much you should have, there's two different amounts. The first amount I always recommend is about $500 to $900 for advertising. And that is if you have a course, and that is if you have a mentorship, because again, the person who you're investing in, they should have already done the trial and error for you. So you shouldn't be wasting a lot of effort or money into this realm. But if you're deciding to do it yourself, I do recommend around $1,500 to $2,000, because again, you have to be ready for trial and error. You have to be ready for the mistakes. So if you are doing it yourself, I would recommend around $1,500 to $2,000. If you have a mentor or a course, I recommend anywhere between $500 and $900.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so that gives you that kind of mindset, and I think you're, so what you're saying is like even working with that mentorship or the group that within there, are you saying that you're already guiding them with a good number of products that are worth testing? So you did some of the groundwork for them. Yeah. So I think what AC is saying is like, it's not like you're off on your own, just kind of like, you know, picking a product out of thin air, or what you found on somebody else's YouTube, but it's kind of like a product selection that you kind of already have in your circle of products that are worth testing. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yeah, I mean that definitely that, and but even if you're a complete beginner, this mentorship is completely tailored around a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. If you already have products, we can definitely tailor it around you. If you've never even found a product once in your entire life, we can be able to help you understand the real strategies and the real thought process that goes behind it. So kind of something that I do like pride myself on is tailoring around the whole entire client. It doesn't matter where you're at. We're here to help you out. And this is not a Facebook group. You're not getting on a mentorship calls with other students. This is completely one-to-one, and you'll be able to be guided with any questions that you have. And again, you don't have to already have anything selected. We can be able to teach you the whole entire validation process so that you feel comfortable doing it yourself.
That's pretty cool. And I think that's key right there, what you just ended with, which is till you feel comfortable doing it yourself. So it's like, things are being teed up for you. You're learning, you're learning, you're being guided. And hopefully that all comes together where, you're learning the business now, and now you're mastering the skill. Now you're doing it yourself, and hopefully becoming, one of the other success stories, just kind of crushing it on your own. That's the real goal
And
here.
they don't even get a chance to not be a success story, because I literally tell people in my mentorship, if you join my mentorship and you're not profitable to the point that you want, this mentorship will continue free. It will literally continue for free for you, because I literally know it's going to work. I've time after time after time and time again, it's been proven by myself and my students. If you do not like it, I will literally continue the mentorship for free, because that is how much I know that this will work for somebody.
That's awesome. AC's committed. If you're committed, he's committed behind you.
Hey, man.
Junior's asking, he's like, are the Facebook ad nuggets mentioned in your course explained in more detail?
Yes, sir. So it's explained in more detail, as well as have live screen share activity. So it's not just me talking, but you guys can see me actually setting it up. So that is in my course as well. You guys can check it all out there.
Yeah. And so one of the questions that came up, which is related to, do you see any challenges related to like shipping and fulfillment? Like, what do you see about the future going into 21?
So same thing, man. It's just going to be a lot of barriers of entry, or higher barriers of entry, because people don't understand that there are solutions to this, man. And I know you guys have probably already heard me say it about 1,000 times, but yes, I do product research and product validation, but guess where else I do validation? That is with suppliers. I make suppliers compete against each other. Who wants this money? Who wants this money? Trust me, people are going to want this money from you, and there's multiple places that you can be able to find suppliers. I have a private supplier, so if you guys are in my Supreme family, I will be giving you guys my private supplier who does fulfill and automate your store completely. But if you are doing it on your own, well, guess what? You have AliExpress Chinese suppliers. You have AliExpress US suppliers. You have CJ Dropshipping suppliers. You have literally so many Oberlo suppliers. You have literally so many people. Allow yourself to make these people compete against each other, and know that there are more than just one supplier out there, and just all you have to do is do the due diligence to find them. I'm not afraid of shipping times. My students aren't afraid of shipping times, and you guys should not be either, because there's always solutions to your problems.
Yeah, very good stuff. Yeah, a lot of options out there for sure. And what would you use as kind of like a benchmark, like duration? What is too long, do you feel like times?
So I always look for anywhere between 5 and 20 days. That's about as much as I'm going out. With my supplier, I am getting about 8 to 13 days. But when I am testing out new products, or, with my students, we always try to be able to find any supplier that's anywhere between 5 and 20 days, so that no matter what, it's coming the same month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yep. That, man, just completing the pieces for sure, man, from product testing to the advertising to working with the supplier. And I like how you mentioned even validating the supplier as well. So as a part of that, what are you doing? Is it more about how it's shipping to the customer, or you like shipping the product to yourself even to see it?
Well, for one, I'm already verifying the quality of it. So it's really easy to kind of see the quality of products whenever, let's just say I'm selling a dog bed. I can literally find that same dog bed on Amazon that has 700 reviews, and I can already see if the quality is good or not. So before, I don't really need to order for myself because I know the quality is already there. But more or less, I'm seeing how they are doing with their shipping times and how many orders they can take a day. So I'm like, hey, I'm reaching out, I'm sending in a customized response. I'm like, look, I'm going to be doing about 30 to 50 orders on this product within the next 7 days. I need to know about how your shipping is doing. And here's a golden nugget that you can say to them. This is a golden nugget. So everybody who's listening to this, take away from this right now. Reach out to them and say, please send me an invoice of your last 7 days of tracking so I can see how well they're being shipped right now. Because if they're being shipped and delivered within 7 to 20 days, you can see that on the invoice. They can't lie to you about it at all. So if you ask them, hey, can you please send me an invoice for the last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks of all the orders that you pushed out, you can literally compete and make them compete against themselves literally in a snap of your fingers. So that's something that I do as well.
That's awesome. That's a really great tip there.
Yeah, that's
sure.
a fat gold nugget. That's a fat gold nugget.
That's a golden nugget for sure. And you got another, he's got one last question from Philip. He said, if I apply halfway through January, will it still be 2 full months? Or he's saying like if he applies in the middle?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if it's January. Well, for one, I just want to be completely transparent. I cannot guarantee the spots will be there on January 15th or 16th. But if they are there, yes, it will literally start that day. It doesn't start at the next month. It starts on the day that we get started, is the day that your mentorship gets started. I don't even give a shit if it's at 11 p.m. at night. If your mentorship is getting started at 11 p.m. at night that day, like, we are ready to take action as much as you guys are, and we're not wasting any time.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's very good stuff, man. For sure. Yeah, you got a lot of people interested for sure. And man, I tell you, this is great. So what do you see, going into 2021? Like what do you think the future is going to be like?
Definitely. So I'm rolling out a lot of great things. So something that I see for myself in the future is just being able to really scale my e-commerce brands. For one of the things. So I'm looking at about $1 million a month for each one of them. I'm trying to do that within March. On top of that, I do want to be able to help out not just students, but definitely being able to evolve into business to business too. So I already work with a couple clients, some small mom and pop places where I do advertising for them. But we're definitely rolling out supremeecomagency.com by March 31st. So I'm definitely excited to be able to do that. And really just creating generational wealth and creating a sustainable income for a lot of people who are interested in really making this Wi-Fi money and growing my podcast. I forgot to mention that, but I do have a podcast as well now. It's called the Wi-Fi Talks Podcast, and growing that as well. I definitely need to get you as a guest, bro. I definitely need to get you as a guest.
We'll be on there, man, for sure. Yeah. And one of the things that even, because I had just stumbled upon this maybe about a week or two ago, which was Clubhouse, and I caught on your Facebook group that you were on there. Man. This thing's popping off. What's the story of Clubhouse? Tell.
Well, for one, Clubhouse is literally brand new. Like, it is brand new, and if you're not taking advantage of it, I'm very sorry, because you're gonna get left behind. But there's only one invite. Like, you get one invite to send to somebody, and then those people get one invite to send to somebody else. So it's actually really cool, bro. Like, it's well, for one, for anybody who's tuning in, every Tuesday at 9 p.m., you guys can be able to come to my Clubhouse event, teaching you guys about how to be able to make more money with e-commerce, how I can help answer your guys' questions, and my entire team is there as well. So you'll be able to hear from them, their success stories. All the people who are actually on my team were already once in my mentorship as well. So you guys can be able to ask them questions about how the mentorship went, and really just giving back, man. It's all about giving the most transparency, giving the most knowledge, and really helping you guys out in any way possible we can. Clubhouse is an audio app, so you guys can be able to ask questions, be able to mute yourself, unmute yourself, be able to, ask questions as much as possible. And it's really just another way to be able to meet like-minded individuals who are doing what you want to be able to pursue in this world. So that's kind of what we are doing, and that's something that, we're going to continue to do every 9 p.m. on Clubhouse. Make sure you guys go ahead and reach out to me at AC Hampton.
Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll be sure to leave links to that in the show notes and everything like that. It's popping off, man. Sir. For sure. Yeah, that's awesome. And I feel like that's pretty new, and things that invite only. And I'm just like, man, that's really awesome.
Bro, it's literally brand new. Like, it's brand new. It's just crazy because, like, you get to hear the backgrounds of so many different people. Like literally, like bro, the amount of people who are trying to join or getting into e-commerce and working on drop shipping. Bro, last week I heard a carpenter, I heard a nurse, I heard a doctor, I heard a stay-at-home mom, I heard someone who already owns their own jewelry business. I heard like it's just so cool to see so many people from so many different backgrounds that are all interested in the same thing. I thought that was amazing.
That's awesome stuff, man. Cutting edge at the end of the year 2020, man, and we're 2021, man. Hopefully we get past, this stuff in the pandemic, all this kind of thing, and really, take things further for sure.
Hey, they can keep the pandemic going for me. I'm good. As long as long as there's Wi-Fi and a laptop, I'm good. You can keep the pandemic going as long as possible. I don't care.
Yeah, it did have some things positive for, it's extreme growth for e-commerce for sure. Mainstream. It's now going mainstream for sure. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man.
Well, you know what? As we come close to the wrap here, I see we're coming to the end of the hour, and I want to be respectful of your time. So I'd say, for the audience, you can leave some closing remarks, and I'll let you take it away.
Well, guys, all I can say is never be afraid to invest in yourself. I don't care if you're 16 years old or 50 or 60 years old. I have all types of different students who are in my program, and I'm not even just trying to sell you guys on something. The only thing I can sell you guys on is to believe in your own dreams, create generational wealth, and be able to break the chains of what society standards are. There's people out there that want to help you guys. Make sure to continue to be a learner. Never think you know it all, because even till this day, I am literally studying every day to become the best. And I would never, think that there's, too much knowledge in this world. And I hope you guys do the same. I really do appreciate being on this event or on this podcast, and hearing you guys' questions mean the world to me. And if there's anything that I can do to be able to help you guys out, never hesitate to reach out, and definitely let me know how I can assist in any way.
Awesome, brother. Man, glad to have you on the show, man.
Glad to be here, man. Thank you so much.
All right, good, so I just stopped the podcast. We still got the live stream going on, so you can see that it's still behind the scenes action going on here. But we got the podcast recording, so we'll have the audio come out quickly, because I think it was awesome, man. You dropped some real value for sure. And
I hope they took away something.
We got people on Instagram, so we'll say goodbye to Instagram. Sure.
See ya, Insta.
Instagram is gone, and then we're gonna stop the live stream as well, and that was streaming to like YouTube and a couple of Facebook groups, so we're gonna stop the live stream there. So